All right, the changing of the oil. One of the least exciting parts of a motorcycle. Yes, the nice thing is that changing oil on a bike is just so easy. No problems, no drama. No jack stands or ramps required. It's kind of like changing oil on a truck, except it's even easier. Okay, nothing unusual here. Looks nice and clean. I do strongly recommend investing in an oil filter wrench. You pick these things up for a couple pennies and they are an absolute lifesaver. Now wait again. It's really easy to check oil in a Harley. You can just look at it. If it's leaking oil, you know you got oil. And trust me, they leak oil. Would not recommend parking this thing in your father-in-law's parking spot. All right. Okay, drain plug reinstalled. Make sure to tuck that thing up out of the way. Wedge that thing into a little section of your frame. Don't just leave it hanging. You catch the wrong big tumbleweed or run over, I don't know, pop can or something in the road and you rip that thing off, that's gonna suck. So try to get it up into the metal somewhere where it's a little bit protected. Now comes the really exciting part. Harley, in all their infinite wisdom, decided, why not put the oil filter above a bunch of stuff so that it can drip all over it when you take the oil filter off. One of those genius level ideas we mortals will never understand. That's all right, I got a little shortcut for this too. I really like the SS Performance oil. Good stuff. I would prefer if it was API 4, or I mean 3, my bad. API 3, but it's API 4. So I don't know what the deal is, if they're able to sell this because of it being for maybe not on-road use or something. Typically everything has to meet the current standard API. And the reason it matters, there's zinc and phosphate in your oil. Sometimes you can just add it as what they call a ZDDP, but it protects your oil when the oil does shear, which all oil will shear. And when those little microscopic oil bubbles burst, the only thing that's protecting from metal on metal is that ZDDP. So on anything that does not have a catalytic converter, it's kind of the more ZDDP the better, but as oil has evolved due to requirements by Europe and the EPA, they increase the API level And that standard, every single time, decreases the ZDDP level in the oil. The conspiracy theorist in me says that they're doing it specifically to make your engines wear out. But I don't know the actual reason. I don't usually put much in the filter, just a splash. Just a little splash. Some on the O-ring. Roll it around. Let it get all up in the mesh. So I work construction and use tools in my hands for a living. So I usually like to go hand tight. Throw the wrench on it. And just give it just a smidgen. Just barely. Wait, it's just a little bit more than, oh, I can get more. Hand tight, right there. That's all you need. You're gonna wreck that O-ring. Get yourself a cheapo little Harley funnel. Makes life easier. All right, that phone works on. Just whatever you do, do not overfill your crankcase. I guess technically not your crankcase. Since it's a different sumping system. But on a vehicle where you do fill with crankcase, don't overfill those either. But on motorcycles that pump all their oil back up to a separate oil reservoir, it'll suck all that oil right in through your intake. It just makes a gigantic mess. And it's not good for it. Consuming oil in the combustion chamber screws with your octane. Makes it more likely to detonate. Verify that level. Now we final fill. good. Alright, and now for my next magic trick. It's always a bit of an issue trying to clean these things up. So you take your rag and get what you can, okay? Clean it as you go. But then, you have this really awesome way of cleaning up all the rest of this sludge. It's simple green and one of these water dental flossers. This thing's basically a little miniature pressure washer. What you do, spray on the simple green. Not only does it smell delicious, it's not going to hurt the things on your bike. Just be careful around the exhaust. I like to get everywhere where these rocker box covers leak a little bit. You don't need to get too crazy with it. I mean, it is just a Harley. It's going to leak more oil out, so you take your little water flosser. Get in there and pressure wash everything out. What's nice is since it's so gentle, it's not actually going to hurt anything. My old one worked a little bit better. Keep that hose kind of tucked into the bottom of it. There we go. Usually one reservoir is all it takes. I know some people like their machines to just look pristine and all that. I don't know. Mine's a daily driver. I don't really go through that much effort. Okay, now for the other side. Same process. If you, for some reason, don't have leaky rocker box covers, well, you found a unicorn. It's probably good enough.